Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Levers of Business Growth in Hard Times, the September Powercast. I need to start by asking you a question. When the economy tightens, when the headlines scream, recession, hard times, when budgets shrink, when clients hesitate, when the very first instinct for most businesses is to slam on the brakes, to cut costs, to freeze hiring, to stop marketing, to stop all coaching and training, to shut down, what do? History tells us a different story for many businesses. Because while most are retreating, and most of us are, we kind of shut down things here. A few are advancing. And while most are shrinking, a few are growing. And while most are scrambling to survive, a few are quietly setting themselves up to thrive. So the real question isn't, how do we survive in hard times? The real question is, how do we grow in them? And that's what today's Powercast is all about. There are 5 levers of business growth in hard times. Because growth is not an accident, it's a choice. You strategize for it. You actually plan growth. And it comes down to knowing which levers to pull and when to pull them. So let's get into the 5 levers. Lever number 1, focus, don't fumble. You see, in tough times, clutter multiplies. We hold on to things. We store them away. We just kind of keep them around. Everyone scrambles. We chase different tactics. We do anything we can to survive. But I need you to understand something. And if you want to write something down right now, please do it. Distraction kills faster than recession. Please let me say that again. Distraction kills faster than recession. That's why the lever of focus is so powerful. Focus on your best customers, not all your customers. Focus on your highest margin offers, not every product. Focus on the 20% of activities that drive 80% of your revenue. Right. I found myself in this situation, so I had to really focus. And I focused in on the thing that I do best, and that is I deliver world-class, outstanding workshops, in-person workshops. And so now I'm allowed to focus on getting people in a room. That's amazing. I ask myself, if I could only sell one thing to one group in one way, what would it be? You see, you need to ask yourself that question. If you could only sell one thing to one group in one way, what would it be? That is your focus lever. And that leads to lever number 2. Lever number 2 is relationship equity. Look, money tightens in tough times. We know that. We know that money tightens in tough times because that's sometimes just wisdom. But trust becomes priceless. This is where you double down on relationship equity. This is the goodwill that you've built over the time that you've had this relationship, and it now begins to pay dividends. What you do is this: you pick up the phone, not to sell, but to serve. You check in, you listen, you encourage. Hey, no reason, just want to drop by and encourage you. Just want to make sure you're all right. You drop them a text message, an encouraging text message. You inspire them with a great idea that can help their business. Look, show your clients that you see them, you hear them, and you're willing to fight for them. People remember who stood with them when it was hard. And that memory becomes loyalty. The kind of loyalty that no competitor can steal from you. All right. Lever number 3, innovation at the edges. That's right, innovation at the edges. Now, constraints will force creativity. When you can't outspend, you're left with one option. And I've shared this with my clients for the last 10 years. When you can't outspend and your money is tight, you are left with one option: outthinking. This is the lever of innovation. at the edges. You repackage your services. You shift your pricing model. You move